So today we're talking about this 2018 Toyota Corolla, and this one actually is going to replace my 2019 Corolla. If you want to see a video on why I'm replacing an older car with a newer car, hopefully we'll have one out soon. This particular one sports a 1.8 liter four-cylinder motor, and it is a XSE package, meaning that it has all the amenities, sunroof, heated seats, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to talk today about the features on the interior and as well as the exterior of this vehicle. So in the front, we do have dual LED headlamps. We do have daytime running lamps as well as a bar here that lights up during the day. We also have our daytime running lamps down here. Those are LED as well. 2-bulb LED turn signals are incandescent. We do have a black front grille. The nose of this car is very pointed, does add a good styling cue. I do like the piano black finish. As we come around the side, we do have aluminum wheels. They are painted black to kind of give it that sporty look. We do have disc brakes front and back. Come around to the side here, we do have lighted and heated turn signal mirrors. The front door obviously sports our smart key access system. So all we have to do here is to unlock the vehicle, have the key fob within proximity of the vehicle, such as your pocket or whatever. Grab the door handle to unlock. You'll hear the car beep. It unlocks. And to lock the vehicle, all we have to do is press the two ridges here to lock it. And the vehicle is now locked. Around back, we are sporting a LED reverse lamp. However, both brake lights and turn signals are incandescent. Our trunk is a reasonable space again. Have the key fob in proximity. You can press a button underneath to open. Reasonable amount of space in here. You can fit quite a bit of groceries or whatever you need to. As we close, we do have a rear backup camera. Under the hood here, we are sporting Toyota's 1.8 liter variable valve timing engine with a constantly variable transmission. Everything else is pretty straightforward under here, so easy to work on. So let's take a look at some of the interior amenities. This is the XSE trim, which also sports leather seats. In all Toyota Corollas, they are blue stitched. I believe the LE trim and up, and it may be more. My previous one was an LE model, and the center of them were material. The outside was the leather upholstery. However, these seats are fully leather. They are fully automatic. And we do have heated seats, which I'll show you in a minute. So right off the bat, on the door panel, we have a good solid door panel. We do have some storage down here for some cups. We have a automatic driver's side window. The other three are just standard windows. Power locks, window lockout for the kids, standard door handle. As we step in here, we do have our aircraft style vents, which is kind of becoming more popular in vehicles. We do have our mirror controls left and right, and our panel dim adjustment. Let's go ahead and start it up so we can shut the door, foot on the brake. It's going to be a push button start with a key fob in proximity. We do get our Toyota logo across both infotainment systems. We are going to get some AC going, not too loud hopefully, so we can not sweat to death in here. So here we have our gauge cluster. The glare is a little bit better now. They are highlighted in blue. On the left we have our coolant gauge at the bottom, and across the top we have our tachometer. On the right side we have our speedometer along with our fuel. And in the center here we have Toyota's part of their infotainment system, and I'll kind of go over this just a little bit. We may make it a more in-depth video. We have multiple screens that we can use. So the information screen at first is going to show you your miles per gallon, in which you are getting currently. This particular car, by the way, has 495 miles on it. Here is our range. This would be our fuel range as well as our average speed. We can reset all these. We do have an eco indicator, and all this is really is just how hard you're pressing the pedal. And if you stay in the eco range, it's saying that you're getting better fuel economy. I've noticed this does not take into account hills or anything like that. It's simply just how far you press the gas pedal down. We do have a sway warning. It does keep track of that and lets you know if you need to rest, which is kind of a nice safety feature. And then we can obviously do blank. We do have our radio information here. Obviously I can't demonstrate the radio for YouTube copyright purposes, but we do have is if you have your Bluetooth hooked up, however you need to do it, it will display what is currently playing on the screen up here, which is kind of a nice feature. We have our lane departure warning. This will kind of give you a heads up as to if there's a vehicle in front of you. You can set your car links here using Toyota's infamous cruise control knob, if we can get it focused. Okay, well, apparently not. But anyway, let's get it to focus back on this. And you can turn on your cruise control, get your radar ready, and it'll tell you how many car links you want to set in front of you. This will be their adaptive cruise control system, so that'll help out too as far as safety goes. We have our message center, as well as personal settings for lane assist, as far as pre-collision systems, and just a couple scheduled maintenance settings and a few things for personalization. This home screen can be set up however you need it to be. You can do 2 windows or 3. I currently have the weather on the right side. The top left is the radio information, and then miles to gallon is to the left. We do have where we can pull up audio information. If we'll focus, there we go. Your phone information is in the top right. You can see signal as well as your battery. You can pull up Toyota's apps, which is also a nice touch. There we go. You can do your audio, you can do your settings, traffic, weather. Those come standard on the XSE trim, as well as your phone. You can pull up messages, and you can pull up economy as well, and just kind of see how you're doing in the miles per gallon range. As you can see, when on the highway, you can average over 40 miles a gallon in this car, so that's nice. And then you have your pre-designated home screen. You can turn it off. That turns your audio off, or you can turn the screen off. On the right, you do have your seek mode as well as your phone information. We do have a passenger information system over here, and what that is it tells you your passenger airbag, if it's off, on, as well as your passenger seat belt and your rear seat belts. If there's somebody back there, it detects weight, and it'll say it is turned on. Down here we have the climate control system. This one is also, again, standard across the board. It's pretty simple to use. You have your temperature select here. 59 is considered low, and above 85 is considered high. We have our fan speed. That is a 7-stage fan speed, so you can set it in 7 different presets. You also have your zones, which is also standard. This is not dual zone system, but you can set it up to, you know, obviously floor, vents, defrost. One-touch defrost, one-touch automatic. Do have our rear defrost, air conditioner on and off, as well as recirculating or pulling it from outside. Down below we do have our heated seats. These are 2-stage heated seats for both front passengers, the driver and the passenger, I should say. So you do have a low setting and a high setting for both. They do work great. You have a 12-volt 120-watt power outlet, as well as a USB port and an auxiliary port if you do not have Bluetooth on your phone. Down below we have the shift knob. This is going to be a 7-speed simulated transmission. When we pop it into reverse, we do get a camera with guidance lines. They do not move with the steering. We also can show our gears up on our heads-up display as well. Neutral brings everything back to normal, drive, and then we have where we can put it in manual mode, and we have Tiptronic shifting, as well as we have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel if you want to shift manually. Down below that, we have where we can turn our cruise control off, or traction control, and we have our sport mode, and that's going to change our shift points. We get a nifty little red screen there, and it kind of just gives you a different feel as far as when driving. We do have our park and brake. It is a manual system, and here we have standard armrest. We do have a pull-out tray as well as a center console that's modestly sized. Up above we do have our regular incandescent bulbs for both front passengers, as well as we can turn them all on, operate with the door or off. We do have another interior light above there, same way, operates the same way. We do have our sunroof controls. We do have a moonroof in this vehicle. As you can see, we can open that up. It does have a nice tint to it, and we can crack it open by pushing the open button there, let a little bit of air in. We can close that, or what we can do is when that's closed, we have one-touch automatic, which means it pulls this moonroof all the way back and allows you to enjoy the breeze. Again, we do have one-touch close. As you can see here, it is closed and sealed now, and all we have to do is pull that closed. Steering wheel controls are pretty straightforward. So we have on the back of our steering wheel, we have our paddle shifters, as mentioned before. We have our volume control up and down. This is our radio screen, so basically what we can do is we can cycle through our presets or our songs on our phone. Obviously answer a call, hang up a call. We can do our mode, which is going to turn that on. Different versions of AM, FM, Bluetooth. It's going to swap your source. We do have speak here as well. That's going to be voice commands, and you can set that up to your phone as well. Over here is our adjustments for our infotainment system. Pretty simple. Just up and down arrows, and then a middle button to reset or select. We do have a back button, which is nice. We do have trip information. It's going to pull it up in your odometer below. So if you hit trip, obviously our trip meter is the same as our odometer. It has not been reset. And we have one-touch buttons for your lane departure warning. It'll tell you that it is active or inactive. And also we have where we can set our distance to vehicle. So where we're running on cruise control, you can do 3 car lengths, 2 car lengths, or 1 car length. Obviously we're not moving, so it's just telling me that it's unavailable. There we go. We do have our cruise control below. We set it, press down. We can speed up by going up, pull in to cancel, and to activate, just press on. It's been that way for years in Toyotas. We do have a digital clock. Again, another signature Toyota feature. Down below our all-weather mats, we do have our gas cap release, as well as our trunk release that is conveniently located on your left side here. Right stock, we do have our wiper controls. All the way up is off. We can do a mist mode. We could just push it up once and we get 1 sweep. Next is intermittent. We can set our phase of intermittent, as well as low and high settings for the rainier days. Pull towards you is going to be the washer activation. On our left stock over here, we have our automatic headlights. We can turn our daytime running lights off. We can turn them onto auto mode. We can pull our fog lights on, or I'm sorry, our parking lights on, or just our regular headlights if you want to use it traditionally. And then while the headlights are activated in the automatic mode, so if we turn it here where they're on, our brights come on, and if we turn it to auto, it'll tell us our lights are on. And obviously it's daylight, but we do have automatic high beams. It is ran by the same camera that is behind this plastic piece, and that is going to be for our lane departure warning as well as our high beam system. Up above that we have our Bluetooth microphone, which is conveniently tucked right in front of our head visor, so we don't have to worry about that hanging down or anything like that. It is 2018, so overall, we don't have to worry about that. We do have our handles here. They are dampened, so they don't go popping back up. So now onto the back seat. Pretty basic back seat. It is quite roomy back here for a smaller car. As you can see, I have plenty of room. I'm about 5'4", obviously not the tallest person in the world, but it's roomy enough for me. As you can see above, plenty of headroom, at least 8 inches or so. So that is good. If we go ahead and close this back door, again we have a cup holder in the door. We have just our regular window here. Each back seat does get a headrest, which is obviously going to be nice for the long trips. And we do have a fold down center console with 2 cup holders and an armrest. And as you can see from the back seat, it's notifying me that the seat belts are not on. So upon exiting the vehicle, key fob in your pocket, the vehicle will beep to notify you that the proximity of the key fob is no longer in place. That is good for when you go to leave and your key is not with you, because obviously you won't be able to start your vehicle back up. There is our LED daytime running lights. And you can hear, overall, it is a pretty quiet car. So that's going to be a basic overview of this generation Corolla that goes through 2018, 2019. If you have any other further questions or want to see more of this car, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try to answer them accordingly. Thanks for watching.